Do they know they're backed by the KGB?
Nah. As far as they know, they're really fighting for the revolution. The KGB is staying behind the scenes. I'm not sure the Sandinistas are aware of what's really going on.
Still can't believe anybody would bring nukes here.
Yeah, that's a shocker. Costa Rica's party to the Tlatelolco Treaty, which declares Latin America a nuke-free zone. Based on Japan's 3 non-nuclear principles, it bans the testing, use, import, or deployment of nuclear weapons. If word of this gets out, Opinol will be forced to act. It'll cause an international uproar.
The treaty was signed to prevent another Cuban Missile Crisis. If the U.S. itself is gonna scrap it...
Latin America is too close to spawning another Cuba or two already. The entire continent would become one big powder keg.
Well, if they did bring nukes, we can't let them get away with it.
Are they planning a test? Showing off? Or is it all to keep the anti-American movement in check?
Good question. Why bring them here? I can't figure it out.
Whatever the CIA's up to in Costa Rica, the professor wants it stopped. We need to find out what that something is.
We need to get ready first, Kaz. Repairs?
Working as fast as we can, boss. This place is pretty beat. It looks like hell. But as long as you're with us, we'll make it heaven. No one can bother us here. No state telling us what to do. This is the MSF's haven, our mother base. And with this foothold, we'll back you up even better than before. We're gonna turn this pile of junk into something big.
Yes, we are, Kaz. Yes, we are. Cool. But this game, I really like this game a lot. Again, this is another game that I put down, didn't really like it at first, but learned to love it. Anyway, welcome to MSF's Mother Base. Mother Base can support your mission in many different ways, from developing new weapons to collecting intelligence. Alright, so let's go ahead and get cracking at here. And just quick forward, this will also be something that's more or less implemented, well, more implemented into MGS5, the Phantom Pain. We'll have a new mother base and such. If you're familiar with what happens in Ground Zeroes, then you know pretty well what happens to Mother Base. At least this version of it. And that's all I'll say about it, though. Anyway, let's go ahead and jump into staff. Would you like to view the staff assignment tutorial? Why not? Mother Base is divided into several different teams, including the combat unit, R&D team, and waiting room, and others. By dividing your staff between the teams and raising each team's level, you'll be able to develop new weapons and items over time. Select auto assign in the waiting room to automatically assign staff teams according to their abilities. Recruiting. Excuse me. Recruiting talented personnel and exploiting their talents with the right assignments is the key to expanding Mother Base. This concludes the tutorial. Alright, so it's pretty easy stuff. So we got Miller here. Now his highest stuff is going to be in the mess hall and in Intel, although we don't have that available just yet. So the best thing we could do is to discharge him and send him away. No, don't do that. Alright, so we'll put him in the combat unit. This guy beat best in R&D. There we go. Oh, cool. Got the analyzer. I definitely want the goddamn analyzer. Put him there too. Him. And what's really cool about this, I know I'm going through this a little fast, but I'll go back into it once we get everyone assigned. Everyone's got their own code name as well, just like us. So, you know, like Frill Shark, Bobcat, and they've actually got different little bits of information with them too, but we'll get to that in just a moment. Okay, this gets a little bit better for R&D. Alligator to combat, lobster combat, put these boys in the combat boots. His best mess hall, but don't have that yet. Mess hall again. Alright. Here we go. So yeah, if we hit Y here, we get a few more details about our people. Mother Base Deputy Commander. We're not mercenaries. We're not a foreign legion. MSF's a business, a new kind of business. This is Alligator Boss. He says there's no Santa Claus. I'm sorry. I wasn't expecting something so funny. Boss, he says there's no Santa Claus. Santa's real, isn't he? lobster. I am hyped. Let's do this. Moon Rase. When the battle's over, I'm gonna go home and be a shrimper. Me and my buddies are gonna pitch in and buy a big boat. Alright. Gump. Huh. Alright, so that's it for them. Yeah, here we go. Eagle Ray, if I die, we'll meet again in the next life as comrades. Cabbage White, it's important to know what to wear even on the battlefield. The right clothes for the right occasion. Peccary, ready for duty, Chief. Ostrich, can we have curry on Friday? I love curry. That's probably not up to me. Frill Shark, you don't want to overgrill a ration, but if you're just going to lightly toast it, I'd say you're better off not grilling at all. Bobcat, I was just thinking the same thing as you, boss. Liar. Alright. Let's see if we can get anything going in our R&D team. No. I don't need that. Alright, so. With this, we can go ahead and start getting, as you can see, higher ranks for our weapons, whatnot, to improve them. Let's see, so let's go ahead and get our Hush Puppy in development, and then we also where is it? Ah, here. The Analyzer. That's gonna be stupid helpful. Alright. Let's make sure there's nothing else. Okay. Good. Good. Alright. Now, that one was pretty quick, but as we get further in here, there's going to be a lot more coming up. Select the mission that you wish to participate in, use left and right trigger to switch tabs, you can play co-op, blah blah blah. Alright. So let's see here. So that's the one we just did. So next we'll be doing this one, the Contact the Sandinista Comandante. Mission details: delve into the swampy jungles of eastern Lemon and make your way to the Sandistia hideout, where you'll make contact with the Comandante. Alright.
Snake, I rigged that radio so you can contact our young lady friend Paz.
Alright. Is she okay?
No need to worry. She's tougher than you think.
Still just a kid.
Which is exactly why she could be an effective source of information. Besides, that little Angel de la Paz is the one who gave us this mission, right?
I guess.
I'll put her on.
Snake.
Paz, where are you?
Ciudad Colon. At school. The teacher told me to stay here until things quiet down.
Teacher? Oh, him. Yeah, that's probably good advice.
See, he has a radio in his room, so we can talk anytime.
Pretty fancy for a teacher.
Promise me, Snake, that you'll bring back peace, and...
I know. I'll contact you if I find your friend.
Thank you. Snake, if you need to know about Costa Rica, the geography, the climate, the wildlife, anything, just ask me. I know about its history and laws too. We learned it all in school.
Got it. I have a question. I'll ask. What?
In school, I also learned that peace is an unnatural state for human society, and that war is a constant threat to our relationships with others.
That's right.
So, to achieve peace, we have to create it ourselves. Crying about it won't bring it about or make it last. Each one of us must go and seek it out.
You won't find it without making sacrifices. No offense, but I don't know what peace is. Never felt what it's like. Never even been interested in it.
Snake?
Oh, sorry. Listen, Paz, I think your ideas are admirable. And I hope they turn out to be right.
Yeah, me too.
Peace is in your name. Who better to help bring it back?
Thanks, Snake. I will be here whenever you need me. See you later.
Snake, use your radio to call people, but stay alert. You're in the middle of a mission and can't afford to let your guard down.
Got it.
Need to know more about Costa Rica? Haas can help you out.
Good to know.
We'll follow their transport route. This should take us straight to their main base.
From what I've seen, it looks like nukes.
Agreed. The key thing now is to confirm whether those spears really are what we think they are, and if so, why they're here.
Follow the transport route. Find the nukes.
That's what I'm thinking. First, we should make contact with the Sandinista Comandante. They can tell us more about what's up ahead. But it looks like their hideout's already come under attack.
We better hope they're still alive.
Snake, infiltrate that cabin and secure the Sandinista's Comandante. Neutralize any guards by knocking them out, putting them to sleep, or even using the Fulton recovery system. You choose how to handle it, boss.
Alright. Okay, missions have been selected. Choose briefing files, review the radio mission briefing, and mission prep, select weapons, items, uniforms, and other options during this mission. Once we're ready to go, hit start mission. So we will be doing the briefing files and whatnot as they come up. So let's do that real quick. Miller, whoa, holy shit, Miller. You've got a bunch, don't you?
Kaz, what kind of shape is that plant the professor gave us in?
First time I laid eyes on it, I thought it was some kind of joke. It was a giant birdhouse, seagulls everywhere. We eventually scraped off most of the rust and bird crap. The underlying structure's intact. Little elbow grease? Man, we should be in business.
Who used to own it anyway? Whatever shape it's in now, somebody sank some serious money into building it.
From what I can tell, an American university built it as a research platform for ocean thermal energy conversion. The name's still on some of the rusty old power turbines. I'm guessing they must have had government and corporate assistance to build it too. But they couldn't solve the thermal efficiency problem, and the project was canceled. Then after the university abandoned it, a KGB front company scooped it up for next to nothing. At least that's my theory.
How'd the KGB manage to buy a plant built with American capital, front company or not?
Yeah, that professor is quite the operator. One other thing. The plant's set up so that it can join up with other plants of the same standard.
So, they were originally planning on expanding the place, huh?
Hey, let's give it a shot. We can get some more people together and build this place up into a proper home for MSF. You're with me on this, right, boss?
I'm with you, Kaz. Alright, full-tone recovery system.
Snake, you can use the Fulton surface-to-air recovery system to send prisoners and unconscious mercenaries you encounter back to Mother Base. I know you've used the Fulton before, but just to make sure I'm not missing anything, let's review the steps.
Okay.
First, attach a balloon to the unconscious enemy or captured prisoner.
Right. I hook a wire to their waist, and on the other end of the wire, there's a helium balloon.
Right. Then we'll send over a chopper to catch the floating balloon with its recovery hook and reel it up into its cargo hold.
And that's it?
And that's it. We finished installing the recovery hook on the Huey.
Wait, Kaz. Something doesn't make sense about this whole process.
This again.
Well, normally, Fulton recovery is for when you're using fixed-wing aircraft. With a helicopter, isn't it simpler to land and pick up directly?
Listen, Snake. You're going to be calling for recoveries repeatedly throughout your mission. We want to keep the risk of taking enemy fire to a minimum. The best way to get that done is to do the recovery in a high-speed flyby. That's what the Fulton surface-to-air recovery system is for.
Uh-huh. What's the real reason?
Helicopters are cheaper, and the repair bills will start adding up once the bullets start flying.
I thought so. Kaz, I know we need to keep costs down, but...
Boss, you really need to get rid of this whole army mentality. We're not the Pentagon. We don't have billions of taxpayer dollars to play with. And besides...
Fine. Just pick a reason that makes sense.
Helicopters have quicker response time. Sounds strange, yeah, but it works great. I promise. You'll get used to it before long.
Yeah, I hope so.
These are great, just because, of course, they also give you a nice little back and forth between the characters as well. So I like that a lot with these games, too, because sometimes it doesn't quite feel like you get enough, but then it's like, oh, wait, I have the codex on this radio. And then, bam.
Still can't believe Professor Galvez was KGB.
Well, like the professor said, Moscow's hell-bent on communizing Latin America.
Yeah, the Cuban intel services are all in the KGB's pocket. You don't think he's got some kind of ulterior motive?
If the CIA is up to something, it's only natural that the KGB wants to know about it. But I doubt they're showing us their full hand.
We'd better watch our backs.
Of course, cause how about Paz, though?
What do you think, Kaz? Why did Paz come all the way to Colombia herself?
It's a long trip to make just to be Exhibit A in Galvez's sales pitch. She's only 16. Still a kid. Maybe we should take her wish for peace at face value.
Maybe.
Don't forget to give the MSF staff assignments. Where you place people will determine how Mother Base grows.
Right.
That goes for me too. Assign me wherever you think is best.
You? I thought you were second in command.
Don't worry, I've got that covered. But MSF is still small, and I don't have the leisure of sitting around on my butt all day.
I see your point, but...
Not to brag or anything, but I kick ass at whatever job you gave me. Put me in the area you want to focus on developing most. I'll take real good care of the staff there.
Easy, Kaz.
You probably heard this a million times, Snake, but you should always avoid combat with the enemy when possible.
Right.
We're outnumbered and in unfamiliar territory. We won't survive long in a straight fight, even with you on our side.
I know. Avoiding combat is rule number 1 in a sneaking mission.
That's right. Don't let the enemy know where you are, and attack only when necessary, using hit-and-run tactics to cripple them. It's the essence of guerrilla warfare.
Alright, and the final one from Kaz. For now.
Going by this map, you've got a lot of different terrain types between you and the hut where the Sandinista Comandante is being held.
Looks that way, doesn't it? Starting with jungle.
The enemy won't be able to see you very well, but your visibility won't be so hot either. Stay alert. Next, you've got the swamps along the river. Make sure you get a good feel for how robust surveillance is before diving in.
Will do.
Finally, there's the boat repair cabin. The Commandante's in there. It's a key enemy outpost, and security is going to be tight. You may have to let brute force do the talking. You still have a long way to go, Snake. Use caution and don't make a racket out there. Got it?
I'll try. Can't promise that. How about you, Paz? Holy shit. Holy shit, Paz. Damn, girl.
So, are you a student at the University for Peace, Paz?
No, I am still in high school. But Professor Galvez lets me visit his office and study with him every now and then. International law, security, conflict resolution, human rights. We study all these subjects and then use them to build the foundations of peace.
Yeah, I get it. I just never heard the UN had a University for Peace before.
Oh, that. Well, to be precise, it is still being set up. They have started conducting research, but the UN has not passed the necessary resolution yet. Professor Galvez couldn't wait that long.
Oh, right.
Costa Rica abolished its army and has also hosted the Central American Court of Justice. It is the perfect place to build a university like ours. Don't you think?
Sure, Paz, sure.
Paz, you said Costa Rica has no army, right?
Correct. Article 12 of the Constitution declared that the Army as a permanent institution is abolished. It does permit us to organize armed forces for national defense based on inter-American treaties.
Only temporarily, then.
In effect, yes. But in the years since the Constitution took effect, Costa Rica has not once raised an army.
Paz, how does your country defend itself without an army? Especially in a rough neighborhood like Central America.
With the right kind of diplomacy. If we live up to our ideals and earn the respect of other countries, the international community will support us. The 2 times Nicaragua actually did invade, the conflict was resolved diplomatically under OAS auspices.
Doesn't that leave you depending on the U.S. after all?
American influence is unmatched, it is true. San Jose was critical of American policy at the time, but America supported us all the same. It was because we practiced peaceful diplomacy. That is what I like to think.
That's one way to approach it, sure. But there are countries out there who will use force no matter how bad it looks.
Maybe so. I know my way of thinking probably looks naive to you, but it is not like we expect peace without working for it. Diplomacy is a battle in itself, and we have to make the effort to seek out causes of misfortune and nip them in the bud. It was that kind of thinking that got me trapped in their base.
I'm not blaming you. You haven't done anything wrong.